Hey everybody, how you all doing? Now for me, it's been a while since I made a video where I'm showing records. It's only been a little over 2 weeks, but I make a lot of videos and I make them almost every day or two, it seemed. So I guess most people that wouldn't faze them to be gone that long, but I just felt like I'd been gone a while. I just wasn't really feeling it, wasn't really in the mood, needed a break, and kind of was feeling like I was overdosing on it. So today I felt like making a couple of videos. I'm going to make a Beatles video directly after this showing only Beatles. There are no Beatles in this video. This is a stack of records, which is quite a lot here. Look at that. Oh, it's going to take probably the whole 20-25 minutes. There's different artists here, different genres, different decades. I'm also going to show some memorabilia and an autograph. I'm going to start the autograph of the memorabilia first. Start with this. It's an autograph of Lita Ford I was able to meet. Right there, she wrote, "Hey Joe, kiss me deadly." Lita Ford. I had already gotten Cherie Currie and Sandy West, who passed away tragically not too long after I got the autograph. But I needed Lita Ford. Now, Joan Jett, she's my favorite, and I already have gotten her autograph 3 or 4 times in the past, but never on the Runaways album. So if I ever get a chance to meet Joan again, I would love to get this signed. By the way, I'll just say that Lita Ford looked pretty great. Hold on, excuse me. Trying to hide this. You probably saw it already. Okay, look really good, Lita. So now I'm going to show you some memorabilia really quickly. It's Elvis Presley memorabilia. There are 3 of them here. These are 3 commemorative plates that were at my flea market for $5 a pop. The guy had like 50, 60 plates at $5 a pop. I hear that he had Beatles plates at $5 each, but I was too late. They were all gone. The Elvis plates lingered for weeks over there. I don't know. I really think that Elvis is... people are not really collecting him as much as they used to. Maybe his older fan base is dying out. You have to watch what you say here, because I don't want to offend any other Elvis fans. But from what I understand, the appeal is going down for collectability, and a lot of his stuff has been so mass-produced that there's a lot of it out there. Anyway, I bought 3 plates. Here's the first one I'm going to show. This one is called Elvis in Hollywood. There's the movie camera next to him. These are really beautiful plates. Since they were only $5 each, the temptation was there to buy 30 or 40 of them. But then I thought to myself, look, I'm really not going to be able to do much with all these hanging around. And not only that, but one of the things that helps me out as far as not going whole hog with a lot of this stuff is that stuff like action figures, dolls, plates, if they don't capture the likeness exactly or close enough that it looks like the real person to me, then I don't mind. Here's a good one too. Here's another one. This is Elvis at the Gates of Graceland. I think this is the very first plate 1 in the series. As I was saying, if they don't capture the likeness dead on, I'm not really worried about not getting it. I like the items that really look like the person it's supposed to be. I don't mind passing up one. It looks like somebody else entirely. This is the last one. This one's Elvis at Entering Sun Studio. So that does it for Elvis plates. Good deal for $5. I mean, come on. There's nothing wrong with these plates. They're not cracked or anything. It's just, this guy had a ton of stuff he got to get rid of. And by the way, it wasn't the same Elvis guy that gave away stuff from the other Elvis videos you might have seen at the flea market. So it shows you, people try and unload their Elvis stuff. Alright, now back to the Runaways. Found this album by Cherie Currie. This is an album, a solo record by her, which I didn't even know existed. And this is from France. Apparently, this album was not released in the United States. With good reason, because it's terrible. I'm sorry. I played the album already, and I really didn't care for it. I played the whole thing. I like the Runaways, but I don't really like Cherie Curry's voice. Joan Jett, I much like her voice for a rocker. When Joan started rocking and took over and started doing the vocals, I liked them much better than Cherie Curry, you know? I mean, Cherie Curry's got his label over there. Has got some good songs. I like the way she does Cherry Bomb, probably her biggest that she's known for. But not a fan of her vocals. Okay, now we have The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl, the 1984 album. I was waiting to get this in the shrink, and this is shrink wrapped with the hype sticker about the songs on it. Here's an album I've been looking for a long time. I saw it once, passed it up, and never saw it again. It's Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. I love this album. I got it on CD in 1995. I like Alanis Morissette. I like her, the way she sings. I like her offbeat kind of vocals and styles, the way what she does with her voice. And I like a little weirdness like this now and then. And it's a good album. This is not an original. I didn't even know it came out originally on vinyl. This is a repressing. And I played it though, and it sounds terrific. So it's not like it sounds like one of those, a lot of those lousy represses. It sounds good. This is my favorite Prince song, Raspberry Beret, which I found on a 12-inch single version. I think it's an extended version. Well, Halloween is over now, but I got some Halloween stuff that's going to be coming through. We'll start with this. This is an album called Scary Tales. It's some songs that are sung by the old 1950s horror television host Zachary. John Zachary, there he is, the cool ghoul himself. I have one of the Zachary album. This makes two. Perfect for Halloween. Here's a soundtrack album that I didn't even know was out there, from The Exorcist 2. Exorcist 2, The Heretic. The really lousy sequel to the original Exorcist. Maybe some fans of this movie out there. This is a movie you've got to see to believe it. I mean, if you like The Exorcist, you can't believe what they did to make a so-called sequel. This is like, it's fascinating just at how bad it is, in my opinion. I do own the movie just because I can't believe it, you know, and I watch it just, I'm dumbfounded at it. Here's an album, again, another one. A lot of these I didn't know existed. This is a soundtrack to The Lords of Flatbush, 1974 movie where Henry Winkler did a kind of a dry run of his Fonzie character, so to speak. And it wasn't a very good movie, but I saw it when it came out in the theaters in 1974. I was like just a kid, 12 years old. And you had Sylvester Stallone, and you got Perry King. The movie's not very good, but some of the songs are okay. Hey, this is an album that I'm buying because it reminds me of the nostalgia from my childhood. So, here's a nice soundtrack album to The Wizard of Oz. Cover is in really great shape. Had this at my record store. Just, you know, a favorite movie from being a kid that everybody likes. Quickly going to show the record label. It's on yellow MGM. Okay, I'm going to go back to Elvis Presley just for a second, because the album that I'm going to show you next is in really great shape, and it's an old album. Looks like, I mean, almost as good as the day it was bought. I mean, I couldn't resist this. This is for LP fans only. Look at the condition of this. I hope it comes through here on the video. I mean, this is in really great shape, you know, and I wish it was easy to see the spines here, because it's just beautiful. I mean, there's no dirt or splitting. For LP fans only. I had this album already in pretty decent shape, but this is even better. Okay, now we're talking about some stuff here and there that I got out of the dollar bins at Goodwill. Here's a Peggy Lee album, All Aglow, again in good shape. I bought a Peggy Lee album before and I played it, liked it. Giving it a shot. This is what I said in the last video that I had made, which I deleted. It doesn't exist anymore because it didn't serve the purpose. I was saying about how a lot of times with the vinyl community we get so into buying records and showing our records that a lot of time Seems like maybe buying things we don't really need. But, you know, that feeling comes and goes. And for $1, you can listen to Peggy Lee. This is The Platters, Flying Around the World. Interesting album. Good shape. Okay, here's a really nice one now. Again, we collect for different reasons. I mean, to play the records, to have a nice piece. This is a group I like for their song Speedo. The Fabulous Cadillacs. And there's a nice album cover. Really cool cover. Them in the car, cruising around. It's got Speedo on it. Sometimes you want to collect, as I was saying in the beginning, even just for the cover. I mean, this is a nice piece to have, you know. So, I wonder if I'm going to like the rest of the Cadillac stuff. Okay, now before I show these records coming up, my record store, I'd already said in an old video that they have a guy that comes in infrequently, not every day, and he used to work for MGM. And he's got some MGM records that are in their original shrink wrap, sealed from the 60s, that never were opened. And a bunch of them are Connie Francis. I got a few Connie Francis records here. Here's one in its original shrink, never opened. You know, I'm going to open it because I'm going to want to play it. You know, I'm playing her albums, but it's hard. When you see an old album like this, in great shape like this, man, it's really, really tough. You know, you see 60s albums looking brand new off the rack like this. And some of these albums by this guy are DJ not for sale, like this one here. Here's a Connie Francis album. It's sealed, never been opened, and it's got the DJ not for sale sticker on it. Now the DJ record labels are basically yellow labels. They're yellow promos. You know, usually at this time, these MGM labels, they would have the black label with the lion on it, but these are yellow. Here's another one, DJ sticker, The Wedding Cake. Here's an album that I already had. This is sealed again by Connie Francis, but this one's a foreign album. This is an import. And as you can see by the title up there, I think it translates something to the great movie songs or something like that. Okay, here's a sealed album by a lot of artists. Volume 1, Bubblegum Music Is, The Naked Truth. And this album is sealed, and it was given to me for free by my record store owner. He's got about 20, 30 of these albums that came in from the guy's collection. And this has the 1910 Fruit Gum Company, Ohio Express, the Lemon Pipers, songs like that on it. This one has a little story to it before I show it. There was a couple of people who came to the record store one day, and they had all these old records they wanted to sell to the store owner. The owner didn't want them, couldn't use them. So rather than take these records back home, they went down just halfway down the same block and threw them in a garbage pail. And so I went out there, and I didn't dive through the pail, but I saw one of them sticking out, and it was this one, Sonny and Cher, Good Times, in good condition. I don't know why the record store guy didn't want these. It's kind of gatefold. Don't know why he didn't want these. They were in good enough shape. The record's in good shape. Okay, the next one here is, again, me experimenting, and I think this is also from that guy's collection. He didn't just have MGM. He had RCAs that were sealed and things. And this is Gail Garnett, We'll Sing in the Sunshine. This is called My Kind of Folk Song. My Kind of Folk Songs. And Gail Garnett, the only thing I really know from her offhand is that song, We'll Sing in the Sunshine. But also, there's a kiddies movie out by Rankin and Bass called Mad Monster Party, which I watched for Halloween. And that's got her singing a song or two on it, which I like. So I know some of her music. And this is a sealed copy, never opened on RCA. So I took a chance. Now, this is some Goodwill stuff for $1 in good shape. I hope Liam Dyer's watching. I say that every time. Probably the same thing I say every time I show an Englebert Humperdinck record. Here's an album in the shrink wrap called My Love by Englebert. And the reason I was especially interested in this is My Love is the Paul McCartney song. He also does Photograph by Ringo Starr on here. And You Are the Sunshine of My Life, Stevie Wonder. So, some interesting stuff on here. And I also feel I gotta say, as I show you the next one in the shrink wrap, Release Me, that my mother listened to Englebert all the time around the house, and I just got to know his songs, and I got to like his voice. You know, sometimes that's how things appeal to you, you know, thank mom or dad. So, yeah, when I see these for $1 in nice condition, I'll get them. Here's an upgrade. I had this one already. This is in the shrink wrap. Man Without Love. Okay, the next one is very controversial, and I didn't know if I even wanted to buy this. This is a person who was very political in the 1970s and really got into a lot of trouble. And I wasn't going to buy it, but you know what? I'll tell you why I did. This is Anita Bryant, World Without Love. And that's the song by John Lennon and Paul McCartney that was covered by Peter and Gordon. So because this was in its shrink wrap in good shape for $1, and because of that, I figured, let me try this out. She does stuff like Kisses Sweeter Than Wine and also Unchained Melody. So I figured I'll try it out. Here's another one. Sincerely, Brenda Lee. I've been listening to some Brenda Lee stuff lately, and, you know, again, for $1, what the heck. Again, going back to what I had said before in an old video deleted, I said, you know, sometimes maybe we go too crazy here, you know, for the sake of the VC. I got a whole bunch of Nat King Coles coming up. This is the first one, Unforgettable. Beautiful cover. You know, and it's like for $1, though, it's hard not to buy them, you know, and give them a listen. At least. You can always get rid of them if you don't like them. And look at the cover on this. So much nice artwork on these with Capitol Records. Nat King Cole sings Ballads of the Day. I love the sound of Nat King Cole's voice. Here was a good record that I really should have made a special cleaning video. This is Nat King Cole. I mean, I cleaned this. It was really, really filthy cover with a lot of dirt. And I really made it look almost brand spanking new. A nice drawing on the back there. Here's another one. All these for like $1. Nat King Cole, just one of those things. And I really love this cover. I mean, this is worth it on its own. This is a nice piece of artwork. Just Nat hanging out there, you know, after hours in a bar, saloon, club. Couple of Christmas records here. We got Perry Como. Season's Greetings from Perry Como. I probably have a couple of Perry Como Christmas albums already. I've been collecting Herb Alpert lately, and I needed this one just in time for the holidays. In great shape with the shrink on it. This still has shrink wrap on it. Great. Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Christmas album. Here's an album in great shape by the Shirelles. Baby, It's You. I just want to focus on this cover for a while. It's really nice. There's a nice cutesy picture of them on the back. A little magic marker here, but, you know, what are you going to do? This is another album that was kind of dirty and all this yellow, and I was able to really spruce it up nice, restore it. Great shape. Now, got Soldier Boy on it also. Here's an album, Judy in Love, Judy Garland on Capitol. On the cover, written in pen, which you may not see, I thought it was really a nice thing. It says, "To my honey, happy birthday, 1962." To my honey, happy birthday, 1962. I didn't even know this album existed, and because I'm a fan of the TV show, I was thrilled to find it. Sanford and Son album, on the TV show. And along those lines, here's an All in the Family Volume 2, or it's called Second Album. All in the Family's second album. Everybody comes across the first album. Very common with the pink cover. This is the one that's hard to find. And I saw it maybe once before in lousy shape, but this one's really good. This is a Bing Crosby album. Bing with a Beat. Bing Crosby with Bob Scobie's Frisco Jazz Band. And that's going to be it. for this video. It was really good to be able to get back in the swing. Don't know how often I really feel like making videos. You know, again, no use analyzing it. You do what you feel, whether it's every day, every other day, or once every 2 weeks or 2 months. So I know there's going to be a Beatles update following, so you Beatle fans, look out for that.